Part 2 of our 3-part series, how politicians use the old Inec system to rig. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this is the part 2 of a coverage on Inec. So you might want to listen to part 1 before listening to this one. Part 1 talks about the upgrades the Inec system has made. So let's just jump right into part 2, how corrupt politicians, used the old system to rig. There are a lot of people who registered to get their PVC, but they never got it. Why? This is because some politicians bought and stole those PVCs. Allegedly, they stole them because the authentication process was weak. They stole those cards and used those cards to vote. They found out that the accreditation of voters can be done alone without matching their thumbprints. It means they vote on our behalfs. As I said in part 1, Inec is using the BVAS system. It was used in Ekiti and it will be used in the Ogun State election coming up in a few weeks. This is why they don't want people to come out and vote or register. The less interested people are in the electoral process, the better opportunities to rig. The gig is, our politicians have insiders amongst Inec staffs who give them updates. So for every upgrade or innovation, they try to look for loopholes to exploit. For example, when the smart card reader was deployed, they try to get it cancelled or use manual accreditation because it guarantees them more success. So they capitalized on the few cases where the SCR didn't work and insisted on manual accreditation. Some politicians and shady Inec officials would tamper with the SCR. SCR means smart card reader. The faulty it is, the better for them to rig. With this new upgrade, it is difficult to cheat. If you aren't the person on the PVC, you are not the person. There are no two ways about this. If the fingerprint does not match, the picture will match. One of them is certain. In the Anambra State election, anyone who was not really accredited wasn't allowed to vote. When politicians find out how secure this method is, they will find a way to push for disenfranchisement. We can have a situation where some people's pictures won't match, especially those that didn't validate their PVC. Those people won't be allowed to vote. So they will bank on that and insist on manual accreditation. They know most people in the interiors may not have the chance to revalidate. Whatever the case may be, if Inec insists on the BVAS accreditation, we might have a level of sanity. Vote buying will be the next main focus if the commission insists on BVAS. That being said, we have to insist and stand our ground that the commission uses the BVAS system, since the BVAS system appears to be more secure and it gives less ground for rigging to happen. We need to also keep our eyes peeled for vote buying, because if Inec really puts their foot on the ground and says we will be forging ahead with the BVAS, it is certain that vote buying would be the next best strategy to fall back on. We need to get ready for that and curb any chances of vote buying that might happen on the day of election. That being said, if you have not registered for your PVC, it is not too late to register for your PVC. And if you've registered for your PVC and you know it's ready for pickup, please try and pick up your PVC. See you soon in part 3.